Hello and welcome down to week 12 of the 19th World Golf Society. It's another beautiful, beautiful day. Here he comes. Last week's feature, Joe Grist. That wasn't even planned.
Couldn't understand a word I said.
Yeah, you did, we needed subtitles for you last week, to be fair.
You need a microphone.
Yes, that's probably very true. Anyway, this week's feature is the return of Mr. Grant. 2 weeks off?
2 weeks off, aye.
2 weeks off, where you been? I was going to say, where have you been?
Well, first week I may have had a drink. Second week I went to Scotland, played the new course and Lochmaben in, where was it?
Dumfries, yeah.
There you go.
Any good?
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah?
Aye.
Play well?
Hidden gem of a course. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. A horrendous hangover. Both of them.
Ah, it sounds like a good weekend though.
Yeah,
Sounds like a good week.
both of them. And it was painfully slow.
Painfully.
Four old men. They were on the finishing the second hole. We were starting the first, and they were only halfway down the third when we got to the third tee. That's how slow they were.
Oh, Christ.
And it got worse.
Is that the excuse for the game, for the scores, was it?
No, that was a hangover.
That was a hangover, alright, fair enough.
Absolutely a hangover. That
Right.
was very much alcohol induced.
Looking forward to today?
Ah, it's a nice day.
Feeling it? Yeah?
Nice day. No.
The YouTube superstars there,
No.
doing the flamenco behind you.
Where is it? Stay off the camera.
Man. Well,
Another new club.
I think you're my favourite today. You're my pick before it started.
We've looked
at the average scores and I've worked it out, and based the fact that going off form, you're the bookie's favourite.
I wouldn't put money on me, like, absolutely wouldn't put money on me. No, it's not a safe bet.
Not a safe bet. Well, we'll end that there. Good luck.
Left.
Is it?
So, am I using the edge of the trees?
Is it? I knew it went low. I just didn't.
I went over the top of the second bunker and like. That's safe, Joe.
I don't know. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but that's like 80 yards right.
Everything else is 8 yards left so far though.
But it's safe as houses. Tree line done.
Tree.
Right! Right!
Yours is only 70.
Right then, this week's money hole. 140 yards, 6th hole, back into the wind, front right pin. How much is it, Mark? 100 and what? £176 on the line. Lovely strike, really. Just turn it over a little bit. Bunker. Hit the exact same shot as well. Oh no, it's sort of. Well, you're putting. I mean, it's the longest putt you possibly have on the green. He's at the green. Fox just played from the bunker after his second shot. Played it in time for us not to get the video in, and he's knocked it to inches. I'd have been fuming if that had happened. Meanwhile, Joe's actually on the green, but he's brought a wedge up with him because He's that confident. So he's going to leave it on the green. Danny just coming up short. Heavy on the bounce. Back for Joe's putts. Joe coming up for 2. For £174. Here she comes. Here she comes. I tell you what, Joe, that's a fantastic effort, mate. Joe tapping in for his par. Taps in for his par.
It wasn't like a bee.
Rooney, if I leave this short, you've got permission to whack us out of the
I've got it in. And gravity will get it to hole.
That's on camera.
Must have looked very good from 2 foot away there.
Did it look like 2 feet away and it swung? I'm going to make a 4 now.
John all over again.
Exactly what you're just telling me.
Up on the money hole, Mr. Lennox has just made an arse of it.
Nobody on the green.
Nobody's on the green.
Nobody just left of it.
YouTube superstars fucked it.
Got that.
Sorry about the bleeping. Like, one job.
Think you left in charge.
I'll be, we'll see you at the green. So, 3 balls up on the right hand side of the green, Alfie on the left. That'll be Paul. And then me and John just up on the right hand side, unlucky from both of us. John's going to show us how to do it. Oh, he's walking down after hitting the 6th. Any good? No? None of you's on the green? None of them on the green. Money could be safe. Here, take Bruni fresh off a birdie. Oh, lovely hit. Just blocked it a fraction. Needs a kick. Landed in the hillock.
It comes just a little bit. I think it's probably 8 towards the corner.
Yeah, it landed on the corner.
Come back down a little bit. Did it? But not like well out.
Unless you do that. In the semi on the left, Joe will be fine. Not as far left as you were last week. Front of the grass bunker. Beauty. Best one of the day. Stupid mistake. Walking up the 8th after that tree shot, put it in the bunker. Daft, I should have 3 wood. I talked myself out of it. 1 over after 7. So that's state of it today, so that 13 points. Had the chance on the 2, gutted that, didn't make that, but I had it when I hit it. Just over swung. Made it 3 putted the par 5 there for a par as well, so from distance, well I wasn't from distance, hit the first bit too hard. The rest of the lads are doing alright, well, a bit of a mixed bag, everybody's had 1 bad hole it seems. I'm kind of playing a bit of catch up, but look at that clear blue sky behind us. Cracking day for it. Yeah, see how we get on at this towards the turn. Oh, he's all putting for, we're all putting for pars, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
So straight.
Oh, that one didn't.
I literally stayed at the left lip as well.
Exactly where it was aiming.
Yeah, yeah, couldn't even budge.
Well done, lad. One leg.
Feels like I made up for the last one with that. Great ball.
Shot mark.
He's digging a bit on the deck. Bad kick. I think you're alright in the shadows.
Kept going like. Kept going, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
Where's that come from?
So the boys just walk around the turn. 16 for me, 12 for Dan. So what you boys got?
15 and 17.
17 for you, Mark.
17 for Mark.
17 for Mark and 15 for Joe. So all to play for, quite tight. I think we've all had one bad hole. Kind of sums up our day, but all to play for going into the back nine. Well, par 3. Pin is just through the gap in there. As we look. Slightly too far left, trying to cut for it. Oh, nice kick. And a nice.
You asked for the front, you want to hit you in the middle? You asked the front after. Which is that's the front.
166 to the front, 180 to the flat. Joe giving us duff information. Oh, Gristo lad. Lovely shot, sir. Straight, really, just tugged it a bit. Slightly too far left. Joe's got a chance at it too. Ripped.
Big end there.
That was a 4 for you, wasn't it, Dan?
It was.
Some 4 that.
See it now.
All right!
How much did that echo?
Didn't it? Shot. Walking down the last hole, I can see they've still got blue sky straight behind me. Got Joe. Joe's going to be the new partner today, walking down. Mixed bag, Joe.
Very.
It's some good.
Played bad though.
No, you haven't. You've a bit like last week where you played well. Few unlucky shots. I feel like the same actually. I feel like I played decent, but without holding anything and 1 or 2 silly errors, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I will have
Another
to.
day for us.
Nah, be like better scores in other groups. Still gutted about the 2s, but to be honest, thought I had it.
Close that you from the back.
I didn't have it. I like it was a bit harsh. I suppose by the time it finished. Yeah, by the time it finished. But yeah, we'll see how we finish. I've got to come in, say something, because he's over there. He's not in range.
You'll prove we're wrong any second.
But I said to Mr. Brown before we teed off, so you're going to be any good behaviour. You're going to, rein the language in. It's a challenge to him, and I know it's been bottled up inside him, this rage that he has. But we're halfway up the 18th fairway, and I can hear him over there. But so far, so good. Let's see the winning scores. And surprisingly enough, when we got to the clubhouse, it was myself with 33 points that had the best score in. So one of those weeks where the conditions were really, really good, but it was difficult to score. The greens were absolutely rapid, like they were so firm and fast. It was very, very. I found it personally very tricky to get the ball close to the pin. So yeah, one of those. So yeah, I'll take it. 11 points for me with a good turnout. So it was a good opportunity to get a few points, and yeah, I get 11 for that. Davy Grant. So my prediction before it started, Grant would take the win. Came in second. A point behind, just pipping Paul and Alfie on the back nine, so that's quite important, I think, for the league table. There was a bit of a gap to Alfie as well, so I'll take every point I can get to close that gap. Granty as well. Joe with 31. Joe made a bit of a hiccup coming up with a finish. Mark in 6th with 31 points. Didn't score on the last 2 holes. Mark was actually going to be leading, standing on 17T, so it just shows you how tight it was. And he ended up finishing in the middle of the pack. You've got Colin and Graham just below in 29, and also on John with 29. So there was 4 points separating myself in 1st to John in 9th. So a really, really tight score. You can imagine if I had a live leaderboard, it would have been chopping and changing, hole by hole. So it would have been entertaining to watch. That's for sure. I have entertaining to see. So one of them weeks. You've got Danny and Dougie at the bottom there with 26 and 25 points respectively, and they'll get 2 and 1 points for that. Overall, that leaves the league table looking like so. So Alfie still has a lead, 5, but it's been trimmed down to 5 to myself, and you've got David Grant in 3rd, who was 10 points behind. So it's close. It's still very, very close. We're getting towards the part now where the bulk and the core of the season. There's a few weeks I know where there's going to be a few people missing here and there. I know for a fact that I'm missing 2 or 3 weeks throughout July, end of June / July time. So I can imagine chopping and changing quite a bit. Going down the board, you've got Mark and John also on 52 points, so I'm tied together. And a bit of a gap down to Joe in 6th place with 43. Down to Graham, Paul, Colin, Danny, Dougie, Nigel and Aidan. I mean, if you look at Paul for the weeks that he has played, he's only played 3 times, but his average points on every week he's played, there's been a good turnout. The 3 weeks he does, he's always steady. So he's not one that plays as much, but when he does play, he's normally in and around the handicap, which will always get you higher up the board. So I thought it was interesting. It always makes interesting reading, having that average points there. It does give it a bit of perspective, especially for the ones that don't play as much. But yeah, it's been a good month for me. May and the start of June, I've had a few good weeks, played pretty well, so it has allowed me to climb up the board a little bit. Alongside that, my handicap has changed slightly as well. So even though I got 33 points, just the way this new handicap system works, I got a 0.9 lift. So I went from 0.6 to 1.5. Yeah, just how these handicaps worked. The score that came off wasn't exactly brilliant. I think it was a 70 or a 71, but the score differential apparently accrued. It makes it out to a 0.9 lift. So even with the fact that I managed to win out of our lads, the handicap was doubled from 1 to 2, and I'll take every bit that I can get. Obviously, my aim was obviously wanting to get down to scratch, but it's just the way that these things work. The money hole, again, close. I keep building it up and building it up every single week, and I thought this was going to be the week, but we're still not there. So close but no cigar for me on the 6th. I thought I had it. Couldn't believe how much it swung when it got to the hole. Just how fast the greens were. But yeah, we roll on. None of the other lads got it in the other groups, so extends for another week. So next week, or should I say week 13, this video was deliberately left a bit later because it was invitation week on the date of the 10th of June, so we're all playing here, there and everywhere. But next week, which will be the 17th, is the final one before our Ryder Cup golf trip. Now, our Ryder Cup golf trip is how this all started and how this all began. We'll be, documenting, videoing it as we go through. We're giving a little bit of a build up, but the teams thing will run to that. So we've got another week next week to try and piece that together. And someone just to take it home before that. That'll be on the 10th hole, which is one of the harder holes to get it. Now, last season we had a similar case to this where it ran for weeks and weeks and weeks, probably to a similar value that it is now. And Alfie managed to get it on the 10th hole, so he was, he's been talking it up during the week that lightning might strike twice. We'll find out next week. But yeah, that's all for us. We'll roll on. I hope if you have been out, the weather seems to have been good here in Newcastle. I hope it has been for wherever you are. And we'll catch you next week.